There's 6 seconds, so I should be live now. See, I see an audio signal. I see an audio signal. I see an audio signal and audio confirmation. 2 of them. Whoops, wait a minute, another one. Audio confirmation. 2 of them. I had all of those set up right about 20 minutes before showtime. And I did some other testing. Forgot to set things back. So at the top of your screen, you see drop frames 0. On the top right, you see a send number. And my monitoring screen just went blurry. That's interesting. It was at high resolution when it started. And now here, as you can see, it's blurry. And if I click on the gear icon, I'm at 144p. So I'll change that up to 1080p. And good morning. It is 9:01 a.m. now. I did start on time, 9 o'clock straight up. February 28th, 2023 on a Tuesday morning. Come over here and look at chat. Oh, I got to deal with this. Oh my gosh. Good golly. Nick Poverman. Alligators can live up to 50 years according to science. This significantly increases the chance that they will see you later. All right, when Gullible Doug first read that this morning, I got a chuckle out of it. Ha 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 ha. Okay. But then later, Deep Thinker Doug got a hold of that phrase and realized the significance of it, because Gullible Doug didn't realize that at first. Where does that come from? Why are we talking about alligators and seeing you later? Well, see you later, alligator. I did not get that right away. And then a few moments later, I realized the second part of that. What is the retort to that? I'm not going to say it now. I'll let you guys come up with it in chat. What else do we have? Oh, Dennis has got a couple comments about the Epic Games problem. I had my Fortnite crash this morning during that stream. My live stream, I think, was okay, although I think I heard Dennis say that my stream was indicating troubles, but on my side, it was showing good. Epic is canceling scheduled competitive gameplay while they continue to investigate. So lots of people have been reporting their Fortnite has been crashing after a recent update. People saying hello to each other. Brian Lightfoot, conjunctivitis.com. That's a site for sore eyes. Martin Hogg, hi all. Question, what is the best way to convert a CDA file to MP3? I think it means convert. A CDA file. I don't even recognize what CDA file is. Is that one of those? Is that maybe a Canon digital something or other? Maybe their camera format. And I certainly don't know that offhand. Brian to Martin Hogg, that perhaps that's the CDA to MP3 converter. Is that the best way, or is that just something that came up in a Google search? So let's see. Brian, you might want to say a little bit about that. Do you have experience with that, or is that just a results of a Google search? Be good to let Martin know that. Belated good day to all. 33 degrees Fahrenheit, overcast, maybe an inch of snow on the ground. Check your default input device. Sounds like you are several feet from Mike. Oh, really? All right, I will check on that. From Mike who? So I'm several feet from Mike who? Let's see. So this says I'm using the default microphone at XSplit. So then I'll come over in Windows and check my default microphone. Click on Sounds and Recording. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. That's where I think that's showing it Yeti. So that looks okay. Anybody else talking about my microphone? No. My volumes are up high. I'm bouncing into the yellow. Checking my settings. The microphone was set to get full range around the microphone because I was trying to catch my cell phone for a while. Rick says it sounds fine to me. So I'll move on. In a while, Crocodile, that is the retort. That is the comeback for See you later, alligator and a wild crocodile. That was a reminder from my childhood. Although, of course, I've used it many times in adulthood, too. Good morning to all the Dougs from Ken. CDA equals CD audio. It's how Windows Explorer represents a CD audio track. Got it. Thank you. I've used that site for other format conversions from Brian. There we go. So that's a more significant recommendation. You should be able to convert a CDA file with Audacity, if not maybe with VLC. I have a fair amount of experience with Audacity. Back in my early days on my Live Windows Training show, I had an Apple computer, an iMac over here, and I had, at that point, years of experience with Audacity because I would use it for editing my aviation videos, where I had 6 GoPro cameras attached to my Cessna airplane and created videos of my flying exploits. Sounds fine. Good morning to Doug and everything. I finally got power back since last Friday, 11 p.m. Eastern, here in Waterford, Michigan, due to ice storm. So you got here's finicky Doug, or picky Doug, nitpicking Doug, saying, okay, the ice storm is how you got the power back. So you got the power back due to the ice storm. Reasonable Doug says, no, what he means, what Steve means, is the power went out because of an ice storm, and he finally got it back. Ran Israel says, try playing a CDA file with the CD itself out of the drive and see how it goes. Mike, sounds good to me, but I'm deaf. Okay, sounds different. So I don't know how it sounds different now for Dennis, but that's a good thing. Still showing drop frame 0, total bytes 292 point something megabytes. Viewers 25 showing at the top of the screen. That's my status from XSplit. In the upper right corner, the send 5.1, 7.9, 5.1, 8.0 megabits per second is coming from my task manager. So the topic I want to dive into today from Zvi Menor, because I spent a little more time looking at this after the show yesterday. I copied these notes from the chat room at 9:16. Zvi Menor says, do you know the option on YouTube, stats for nerds? We looked at that a little bit yesterday. I want to look at that some more today because there's some interesting stuff there. With the right mouse on the video, I have 123 drop frames from the beginning of the stream. That was Zvi reporting that from yesterday. Now, remember yesterday, I turned this headset on after starting the live stream. And I told you at the beginning of the live stream that you may have seen some trouble because when I turn this on, that causes a very significant glitch in XSplit. That might have been the source of that trouble. And then Wintermute came up with the word Wireshark. That is indeed the word that I was looking for yesterday. Now, if I come over to this tab that's monitoring today's show, I'm going to right-click inside that video. You could do this now on your computers and then click on Stats for Nerds. So I looked at this a little more yesterday. Really interesting things here. So connection speed, I'm taking this to be the connection speed between your video that you're watching and YouTube. And then network activity, showing the activity going through your network adapter at that moment in time. These numbers are changing, but these numbers are refreshing here on the right-hand side, a couple times a second? But those numbers actually, if you're able to see every millisecond as that occurs, those numbers will be changing a lot more, and you can see that graphic in there implying the changes from moment to moment. Buffer health here. Now this is showing that I have 3 seconds, around 3 seconds of buffer. So if my internet connection goes down, theoretically, I'm kind of curious about testing this, I should be able to watch 3 seconds of video before that video stops. Now, when it gets to the end here, then it starts going through again and it's increasing in the buffer. Now, if I pause the playback of that video, what happens to this buffer. So I've paused that video and look at those number of seconds grow much faster. And see that beige area or orange area, whatever we want to call that, it's getting more and more buffer, so that if my internet crashes or if I lose my internet connection, I should be able to watch at this moment 27 seconds of video before that video stops. Now look, when that orange line filled up, it's starting a yellow line. So that's like the next layer of buffering. And then we see once that yellow got filled, it's giving us a green layer. So that's even more buffer that is accumulating. Now I'm at 52 seconds. Live latency is at 0 right now. Well, I am not live. The video is not live right now. If I click play, what happens then? I'm expecting these number of seconds to not increase as rapidly. Now I have clicked play and that video in the background is moving forward again. So now I'm at 66 seconds and it's just kind of holding there. Now that video is playing back for me at normal speed right now. And notice down here on my playback, my playhead, you see all of this space that is video that's ahead of me. I'm not live. If I click live down here, then that line's going to go instantly to the most current and I will be live. But what happens if I just speed up the video? What's going to happen to this buffer health number, the number of seconds that are in the buffer? So I'm going to hold down Shift key and press period. You'll see on the screen, kind of in the center towards the top, in 3, 2, 1, 0. There, you saw that 1.25 show up real briefly. So now this number of seconds is probably not increasing anymore. It's probably going to start decreasing as I'm catching up to the live stream. If I hold down Shift key and then period again, now I held down the period, it went to 1.5 and then the 2 seconds, or two times, not 2 seconds. It's double speed that it's playing back right now. So it's going to catch up and this number of buffer health seconds is decreasing. Live latency still showing 0 seconds. When I get caught up, I think we're going to see something else happen there. So network activity, watching that at the top of your screen in yellow. Oh, you know what? I bet I can I drag this window down? Can I drag this whole stat screen around somewhere else? I cannot. Okay, I was trying to drag it down so that you could see that red writing way up at the top in the background. I currently have drop frame 0. I have bit rate of 5,000. Actually, it's 5.6 megabytes right now. But these statistics here is my receiving of that video. The statistics that I'm looking at XSplit is my sending of the live video. Now we see this buffer health, these colored areas changing because I'm almost caught up. Oh, I am caught up. I have the red live down here. So I've got 0.8 seconds, 1 second, and this is changing a little bit. Now I've had times, and I had it happen this morning during the Fortnite gameplay with Dennis, where I had his live stream it was running live. I had the red dot, but then the red dot disappeared because Baby Beast was not keeping up with his live stream. And I've seen that happen a number of times with different people's streams where you're watching along, you think you're live, but your incoming video has dropped a frame now and then. I'm guessing that it drops a frame now and then. Would it be dropping or would it be... I'm not sure what's causing it, but I would see that the live dot would turn off and then I'm not actually live anymore. I'm going to switch over to chat and see what kind of comments that you're throwing in here on this subject. Regards to yesterday when the internet speed was different on 2 computers, it had a bad Ethernet cable, all good now. Well, that was on John's side, I suppose. Thanks, I have VLC. So how would I use that to convert to MP3? Martin's asking. I think the suggestion was maybe you can do it with VLC. I'm not sure that it was actually a statement. Bobby says, hey, Doug, I'm thinking about working at Comcast. Interesting. Bobby, is that a joke? Are you saying that because you think you could do better than any of them? Here's from Ran Israel to Martin Hogg. Open that in a new tab, and how to rip CDs with VLC. So does that just pull the content off, or does that actually convert it to a different format? Yeah, looks like you can choose different formats there. Click the drop-down menu, select your preferred audio formatting. So yes. Do I want the latest news and alerts from TechWalla? No, I'll say later. And come back to the stream here. I'm currently showing 2.69 seconds of latency, buffer health 2.4 seconds. Even though I'm watching live, how is there almost 3 seconds of video in the buffer if I'm actually live right now? That seems odd to me. Now it's down to 1.24. I got down to, I think that was the number, and that's varying a little bit. So it seems like if you're actually live right now, shouldn't it be 0 buffer? But I guess not. So there's a little bit of latency there. Is that what it means by live latency? Live latency, 3 seconds. So I was thinking that live latency was the amount of time that it takes to get from YouTube servers to me. But this buffer health is the amount of video that is here on my computer at this point in time. Now, I had an idea. By the way, I do have the redirect to Ken Stout's show. There's a lot of other things to talk about in here, but let me stick on this topic for now. I'm going to try switching over to Baby Beast, and I'm going to try to demonstrate what happens when you disconnect from the internet while you have some content in the buffer. So now you're looking at Baby Beast, and those details right there is what I'm sending on the stream. But on Baby Beast, I'll right-click on that incoming video, choose Stats for Nerds, and now is that showing me the stats on Baby Beast? I'm not seeing it. Let's get caught up to live on Baby Beast, and then right-click Stats for Nerds. There it is. There's, let's see, are you seeing that? Waiting to see if you're seeing that. Stats for Nerds. Oh, it's not capturing that. You are seeing Baby Beast on your display. Bring my picture in, but you're not seeing the Baby Beast's Stats for Nerds. So how can I demonstrate this? Okay, maybe I'll try it this way. I'm going to pause that video, and let's see. How about if I close that? That was the Stats for Nerds on Baby Beast. I'm seeing Stats for Nerds on Baby Beast. No, I'm not. Oh, I see what happened. I can fix this. I was using the wrong mouse when I was right-clicking. Now you're seeing the Stats for Nerds for Baby Beast. And it's got 5 seconds in buffer, and you can see that I'm not live on Baby Beast. So now I'm going to pause the video on Baby Beast. We're going to see that buffer increase. Got a couple extra windows. Oh, I see. That's the picture-in-picture that we're seeing the reflection of the Stats for Nerds. So there's 19 seconds, 20 seconds. Now, if I come down to the bottom right in the notification area on Baby Beast, right-click that network icon. I'll have to turn off my picture-in-picture so you can see me click on Open Network and Internet Settings, and then go to Change Adapter Options. And here's the Ethernet adapter. I'll right-click on that, choose Status. Now from here, I can disable that Ethernet adapter for Baby Beast. When I disable that, that means I've broken my connection to the internet on Baby Beast. My capture device will still allow me to display what's happening on Baby Beast. Ken Stout, are you getting all this? I want to be sure that our most technically competent person around here is catching all these details. So there, I can hit that disable, but I'm going to do an Alt-Tab and come back to the video. to show that it is still paused. And let's see, how many seconds do I have? I have 85 seconds there. So I'm going to come back here and disable that. I just did an Alt-Tab to bring that up while I'm still showing the video playing or paused on Baby Beast. So here's disable. I disable that, and then I'll click play on Baby Beast. So we can see the playhead moving forward on Baby Beast. Even though Baby Beast, down in the notification area, you see that wireframe globe. Baby Beast is no longer connected to the internet. And see what's happening to the stats for nerds. There's no more data coming in on this network activity line, and the buffer health is still showing blue and green as the playhead is advancing on that stats for nerds. When it gets to the end, then it's going to go back to the beginning of that line. It's going to keep changing the blue to green. When it wipes out all of that green, then it's going to go to the next color of buffer health, and the video is still playing in the background, even though I have disconnected Baby Beast from the internet. It looks like we have 52 seconds, 51 seconds. There's 48 seconds of buffer health that's still going to continue playing before that video stops playing. You can see the picture-in-picture on Baby Beast that I'm pointing the mouse to. Let's see, are you seeing that mouse? No, you're not. To show you that, where can I show you? Yeah, I think you should be seeing that. Aren't you? I'm not sure. But anyway, it's almost caught up with all of the buffer for that video that Baby Beast has accumulated. How much more we got? We got 12 seconds, 11, 10, 9, 8. And it's almost caught up. If I click on the live button, then it's going to go straight to the right edge and it will stop. Now when it gets to the end there, it's going to stop playing. There, just stop playing, because it has caught all the way up. Now, if I do Alt-Tab to go back to that network adapter and re-enable it, then come back to the video and we'll see it start bringing in more content, and the video is playing again on Baby Beast. I'm going to come back to chat, see if you guys don't care about this at all, or if you're having any reactions to this. Scroll up to where I was at. Anyone got experience using Windows Repair Toolbox? Windows Repair Toolbox. Whose product is that? What are you actually referring to there? So I'm pasting that into Google search. WindowsRepairToolbox.com. Portable program, helps you repair Windows. So this is not a Microsoft product. And I'd have to say, no, I don't have experience with that. And I'll further say that I shy away from using tools until I just really cannot accomplish what I'm trying to do without a tool. But hey, go for it. Here's a VLC help in regards to converting audio using VLC. I'm not going to read through that right now, but I've got it open. And then Nick Poverman's got a YouTube video here. I'm going to guess that might also be about, converting CDA to MP3 file. Then let's see what else we got. In regards to yesterday, when the internet speed was different on two computers that had bad Ethernet, let's see, I already read that. If you can't beat them, join them. And Dennis, I've lost 2 quests, not pleased. And Dennis is still playing Fortnite. The Matrix, Brian DeKen, LOL. The live you are watching is as a viewer, not your real live field technically, so that buffer is the same as a viewer. Yeah, that was what I was intending to be showing. I was intending to be showing my buffering as a viewer, because I actually am monitoring my channel. There's always some buffering, otherwise every drop frame would be noticed. Yeah, now a drop frame, we got 30 frames per second, right? Some streamers, such as Dennis, is streaming at 60 frames per second. If you drop a frame now and then, your eye's not going to notice that. You'd have to be dropping a series of frames to notice it. My stats for nerds shows 0 buffering, and I have seen that too. I've been down to 0 buffering. Let's get back to... Here we are. Is that? Yeah, so I'm going to click live there and bring up the stats for nerds again. I have seen at 0 buffering, and Yeah, so if there's a drop frame, would you notice it? I don't think you would, 1 frame out of 30, but if you drop a series of frames, you might notice a jump or a glitch. Then continuing here, Skynet, touche, LOL every last second. Ken, what's if you can't beat them, join them. Or frame, I hope there won't be a quiz on all of this. Ken, I'd like to be a technician. I could be a good one, from Bobby to Ken. Bobby, I want to be a service tech. And so that's Comcast. I'm thinking Bobby's saying that seriously, he'd like to be a service tech. I'm guessing you're probably plenty qualified to get hired on with them, because I'm sure it's on the job training. Morning Doug, stats show 0 drop frames and no drop frames here. So I'm all caught up in chat. Now I have, let's see, over here I have Wireshark turned on. If I go back to capturing, let's turn capturing on. It's not waking up for me. Why not? That is it here. Capture options. Stop capturing packet. Oh, it is capturing packets now. Now let's see. How do I get to the live scrolling? Restart current capture. Start capturing packets. Do you want to save the cap? No, I'm going to continue without saving. So here's the live packets being captured. So these are the individual packets that are being sent out over the internet. Now, if I stop this here, we can take a deeper look at them. We get to see source and destination IP addresses. We get to see the protocol used in these different packets. The UDPs are what's used for video, both video being sent from me to YouTube and video coming from YouTube back to me are sent by UDP. And there are, we can see the length of these packets. So like this packet only has 68 bytes in it. I think I'm saying that right with it. That's the bytes. And then down here, we see the actual content of that packet. We can click through different elements of the packet and see what's actually being sent and received to and from those communications. I'm not going to go into that in a lot of detail now, because we only got a little over 2 minutes left before I'm going to redirect you to Ken Stout's premiere video this morning. But we've mentioned Wireshark a few times along the way, and that's how we can see what's going on. Here's time increments here. I can change the display of the time increments. Am I going to find quick time display format? So date and time. So this should show me, here's the date showing 9/27/02. So you can see from that go up to the beginning of the second in the 27th minute. See, I'm still scrolling. All of this stuff is happening within 1 second. These are network communications. Forget about the process monitor that has millions of things happening in portions of seconds. These are things, traffic that's happening over your internet connection. Now, when you do a speed test on your internet connection, there's all this other internet activity that's happening at the same time. So if your internet service provider is providing you, let's say, I'm forgetting the numbers, whatever speed that you have purchased, it's up to that speed. But all this other stuff is happening besides your speed test. It's not just your speed test that's happening. So we're never going to get the full speed test numbers that you're expecting. So we might be looking at that more in the future, because internet speed comes up so often. What else is happening while your computer is trying to perform a speed test? Because that's occupying your bandwidth on your internet connection. Here's an email address that you can send a question to me that I'll respond to during a Windows Daily episode, or to request a remote connection support. I provide free support over YouTube live videos and recorded videos. Anytime it creates content for my channel, we can do that. Free support. So I hope that's been useful. See you later, alligator. You've got just a short amount of time to respond to that in the chat.